It's 5 a.m. The world is dark, it is silent, it is still. And in this moment, a great divide is formed. In this moment, humanity is split into two distinct groups. The first group, the 99%, are asleep. They are lost in a world of dreams, their potential dormant, their ambitions on pause. They have surrendered the most valuable hours of the day to the soft, warm, and seductive tyranny of their bed. They have chosen comfort over control. They have chosen a few more minutes of unconsciousness over a lifetime of achievement. Then there is the second group, a small, disciplined, and formidable minority. They are awake. They are moving in the quiet darkness, guided by the light of their own ambition. They are the winners. And this moment is their advantage. The 5 a.m. advantage is not just about waking up early. It is a declaration of war on mediocrity. It is the conscious decision to stop being a passive passenger in your own life and to seize the controls. The day has not yet begun for the rest of the world, but for you, the first and most important victory has already been won. You have defeated the weakness of your own mind. You have conquered the voice that begs for just 5 more minutes. You have chosen discipline over comfort, and in that single choice, you have set the tone for the entire day. You have created a ripple effect of excellence that will touch everything you do. Most people start their day in a state of chaos and reaction. Their alarm jolts them from sleep, and from that moment on they are behind. They are rushing. They are reacting to emails, to notifications, to the demands of others. Their day is not their own. It is a frantic response to a world that is already dictating their agenda. They are on the defensive from the moment their feet hit the floor. You, the 5 a.m. warrior, start your day in a state of profound peace and proactive control. In the sacred silence of the pre-dawn hours, you have the time and the clarity to think, to plan, to strategize. You are not reacting to the world. You are preparing to impose your will upon it. You are on the offensive. This audiobook is the blueprint for that transformation. It is not a collection of gentle suggestions. It is a training manual for becoming the kind of person who wins, not by chance but by design. We will dissect the science, the psychology, and the strategy of owning the morning. You will learn how to slay the snooze dragon, how to architect a world-class morning routine, and how to leverage these quiet hours to build an unstoppable momentum that carries you through any challenge the day may bring. This is not for everyone. It is hard. It requires sacrifice. Most people will hear this, feel a flicker of inspiration, and then tomorrow morning they will choose the comfort of their bed. They will choose to remain in the 99%. But you are not most people. The very fact that you are listening to this means you are hungry for more. You are ready to claim your advantage. The world is asleep. Your competition is dreaming. The battlefield is quiet. It's time to get to work. Chapter 1: The First Victory. The war for your life, for your dreams, for your potential, is not won in a single climactic battle. It is won in a series of small, daily skirmishes. And the very first of these skirmishes, the one that determines the trajectory of the entire day, happens in the dark, in the quiet, in the private space of your own mind. It is the battle between your ambition and your comfort, and it is a battle that is decided the moment your alarm clock goes off. For the 99%, this is a battle they lose before they are even fully conscious. The alarm is an enemy, a jarring intrusion into their peaceful slumber. Their first thought is not one of opportunity, but one of resistance. Their first action is not to rise, but to retreat. They hit the snooze button. In that single, seemingly insignificant act, they have made a profound statement. They have cast their first vote of the day for weakness. They have told their subconscious mind that their comfort is more important than their commitments. They have started their day with an act of self-betrayal. From this first defeat, a cascade of mediocrity follows. They are now late, rushed, and stressed. They start their day on the defensive, already behind, and spend the rest of the day trying to catch up. They have lost the first battle, and in doing so, have almost guaranteed they will lose the war of the day. You must see this moment for what it is. The sound of your 5 a.m. alarm is not an enemy. It is a call to arms. It is an opportunity. It is the starting gun for your daily victory. When you hear that sound and you silence it and you plant your feet on the floor, you have won the single most important battle you will face all day. You have won the first victory. This victory is so powerful because it is purely internal. It requires no external validation. No one needs to see you do it. No one needs to praise you for it. It is a private, profound contract you make with yourself, and you honor it. In that moment, you prove to yourself that you are the kind of person who does what they say they are going to do. You build a single, powerful brick in the foundation of your own self-respect. This act of getting out of bed on time, on command, is in discipline. And discipline, not motivation, is the currency of winners. Motivation is a fleeting, unreliable emotion. It comes and goes like the weather. The 99% are motivation junkies. They wait until they feel like it to act. That is why their lives are a chaotic mess of inconsistency. Discipline is a muscle. It is the ability to act based on commitment, not on feeling. The 5 a.m. alarm is your first daily repetition for that muscle. Every time you get up, the muscle gets stronger. You are training your mind and your body to follow your commands, not the lazy impulses of your lower self. This first victory also gives you a massive psychological advantage. You have started your day with a win. You have generated a small but powerful spark of momentum. This creates a positive feedback loop. You've already done something hard. You've already proven your own strength. This makes the next hard thing, the workout, the deep work, the difficult project, just a little bit easier. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from a position of strength, from a baseline of victory. Compare this to the person who snoozes. They start their day with a loss. They feel a pang of guilt. They have already broken a promise to themselves. They start their day from a position of weakness, and that negative momentum is much harder to overcome. To achieve this first victory consistently, you must be strategic. The battle is often won the night before. You must have a clear, compelling reason to get out of bed. A vague idea of being more productive is not enough to defeat the allure of a warm bed. Your why must be powerful. Are you getting up to build a business that will free your family from financial struggle? Are you getting up to forge a body that is strong, healthy, and full of energy? Are you getting up to write the book that has been burning inside you? You must have that mission clear in your mind. Write it down. Put it next to your alarm. When the moment of weakness comes, your mission must be the first thing you see. You must also make the victory as frictionless as possible. Put your alarm clock across the room. This forces a physical action. You have to get out of bed to turn it off. Once you are vertical, you have won half the battle. Have your workout clothes laid out. Have your water bottle ready. Have the book you're going to read sitting on your desk. You are removing all the small points of resistance that your weak mind will use as an excuse to retreat. The first victory is the cornerstone of the 5 a.m. advantage. It is the moment you choose to be the master of your day, not its victim. It is where you declare your independence from the lazy, comfortable, and mediocre habits of the masses. It is a simple act, but it is not an easy one. It is the first and most important test of a winner. Win this battle every single day, and you will become unstoppable. Chapter 2: Slaying the Snooze Dragon. In the mythology of the modern professional, there is no beast more fearsome, no monster more seductive and destructive than the snooze button. It is the dragon that guards the gates of mediocrity. It breathes the fire of just 5 more minutes, a fire that incinerates ambition, melts discipline, and reduces the dreams of millions to a pile of smoldering ash. The 99% believe this dragon is their friend. They see it as a gentle, merciful creature that offers them a brief respite from the harsh reality of the morning. They do not realize that every time they press that button, they are feeding the dragon a piece of their own potential. They are making it stronger and themselves weaker. You must see the snooze button for what it truly is, your mortal enemy. It is the physical manifestation of procrastination. It is the embodiment of your weakest, most comfort-seeking self. Every time you hit it, you are training your brain in the art of delay. You are reinforcing a neural pathway that says, when faced with a commitment, the correct response is to put it off. This is a catastrophic habit to build, as it will bleed into every other area of your life. The person who cannot defeat the snooze button is the same person who will put off the important project, who will delay the difficult conversation, who will postpone the start of their new life until tomorrow. Slaying this dragon is not a matter of willpower. Trying to fight it in the groggy, half-conscious state of your 5 a.m. brain is a battle you are destined to lose. Your rational mind is not yet online. You are operating on pure, primal impulse, and the impulse for more sleep is one of the most powerful forces in human biology. You cannot will the dragon in that moment. You must out-strategize it long before it ever awakens. Slaying the dragon is a campaign that begins the night before. The first strategy is to declare a policy of total, unconditional surrender. From the dragon, you must make the decision in the clear, rational light of day that the snooze button is no longer an option for you. It does not exist. You are a one-time alarm person. This is a non-negotiable rule of your new identity. You must go into your phone's settings and disable the snooze function entirely. If your alarm clock has a physical button, you may need to get a new alarm clock that doesn't have one. You are removing the weapon from the enemy's hands. The second strategy is to control the battlefield. As we mentioned, you must move your alarm clock, your phone, across the room. It must be far enough away that you are forced to physically exit your bed and stand up to silence it. This single act is a game changer. It breaks the physical inertia. It engages your body. By the time you have walked across the room, your brain is already several degrees more awake. You have disrupted the dragon's primary attack, which is to lull you back to sleep from the comfort of your pillow. The third strategy is to launch an immediate counteroffensive. The moment you turn off your alarm, you must have a pre-planned automatic sequence of actions that you execute without thought. This is your launch sequence. It could be as simple as 1. Turn off alarm, 2. Walk directly to the bathroom, 3. Splash cold water on your face, 4. Drink a large glass of water that you prepared the night before. This sequence must be simple, repeatable, and immediate. You are not giving your brain a single second to debate the merits of going back to bed. You are acting on autopilot, an autopilot that you have deliberately programmed for victory. The cold water on your face is a powerful physiological shock that signals to your body that it is time to wake up. The glass of water begins the process of rehydration after a night of sleep, which is crucial for mental clarity. The fourth, and perhaps most powerful strategy, is to create a compelling incentive that awaits you on the other side of waking up. The dragon offers you the comfort of the bed. You must have a better offer. This is your 5 a.m. reward. It should be something you genuinely look forward to, something you only allow yourself to have during this sacred morning time. It could be a specific type of high-quality coffee or tea. It could be 10 minutes of reading a captivating novel before you start your productive work. It could be listening to your favorite empowering music. You are creating a positive association with the act of waking up. You are not just escaping the negative of the bed. You are being pulled towards the positive of your morning ritual. The 99% are in a lifelong losing negotiation with their snooze button. They bargain, they plead, they compromise, and they always lose. They do not understand that the dragon cannot be negotiated with. It can only be slain. And it is slain not with force in the moment, but with strategy the night before. Make the decision. Remove the option. Control the environment. Automate your launch sequence. And create a compelling reason to rise. Do this, and the snooze dragon that has terrorized your mornings and held your potential hostage for years will be reduced to a faint, powerless memory. You will be the master of your morning and the ruler of your day. Chapter 3: The Kingdom of Quiet. You have won the first victory. You have slain the snooze dragon. You have risen while the world sleeps. And now you are rewarded. You are granted access to a secret kingdom, a realm of profound power and possibility that is completely inaccessible to the 99%. This is the kingdom of quiet. The modern world is a relentless assault on your attention. From the moment the average person wakes up, they are plunged into a maelstrom of noise. The noise of notifications, the noise of emails, the noise of social media, the noise of the news, the noise of other people's demands. Their brain is a battlefield, constantly under attack from 1,000 different directions. There is no space for deep thought, for quiet contemplation, for creative insight. Their mental landscape is a chaotic, crowded city street. Your 5 a.m. world is different. It is a pristine, untouched wilderness. The digital noise of the world is silent. The social demands are dormant. The tyranny of the urgent has not yet begun its daily reign. In this silence, you are given a gift of almost unimaginable value in the 21st century, the opportunity for true, uninterrupted solitude. This solitude is not loneliness. It is a strategic weapon. It is in this kingdom of quiet that you can finally hear your own thoughts. Without the constant influx of external stimuli, your mind can finally do its most important work. This is the time for clarity. This is the time when the fog of the previous day has lifted, and you can see your goals, your challenges, and your life with a fresh, unclouded perspective. The 99% stumble through their days in a state of mental fog, making reactive decisions based on incomplete information and emotional impulses. You, in your quiet kingdom, can think strategically. You can connect the dots. You can see the bigger picture. This is when your best ideas will come to you. The human brain has two primary modes of thinking, the focused mode and the diffuse mode. The focused mode is what you use when you are concentrating on a specific task. The diffuse mode is a more relaxed, big-picture state of mind, and it is the source of our creativity and insight. It's the state you're in when you have a brilliant idea in the shower. During the chaotic workday, you are almost always trapped in focused mode, jumping from one fire to another. The quiet solitude of 5 a.m. is the perfect environment to access the powerful diffuse mode. By simply sitting with a cup of coffee and a journal, with no distractions, you create the space for your subconscious mind to process information and make novel connections. You will solve problems in these quiet hours that seemed insurmountable the day before. This kingdom of quiet is also your sanctuary for deep work. Deep work, the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task, is the superpower of the modern economy. It is the skill that allows you to produce work of the highest quality and value, and it is almost impossible to achieve in a typical, noisy, open office environment. The 5 a.m. window is your deep work sanctuary. For 1 to 2 hours, you can immerse yourself in your most important project with a level of focus that is simply unattainable for your colleagues who start their day at 9 a.m. This is how you create your competitive advantage. While they are producing shallow, distracted work in 8 hours, you are producing deep, high-impact work in 2. This is how you write the book, build the business, master the skill. You are leveraging a time that no one else wants to use to produce results that everyone else wants to have. To be a good ruler of this kingdom, you must protect its borders. This means your 5 a.m. window must be a sacred, screen-free time, at least for the first portion of it. The first thing you do should not be to check your phone. That is the equivalent of opening the gates of your quiet kingdom and inviting the noisy, chaotic mob of the outside world in. To do so is to immediately surrender your advantage. The first hour should be for you and you alone. It is for your thoughts, your plans, your mind, your body. It is for proactive creation, not reactive consumption. The 99% begin their day by consuming other people's agendas. You will begin your day by creating your own. They start their day by letting the world in. You will start your day by strengthening your own inner world so that when you do let the world in, you are ready for it, not a victim of it. The silence of 5 a.m. is not an absence of sound. It is a presence of opportunity. It is the canvas upon which you can paint your day. It is the clay from which you can sculpt your future. It is a kingdom and you are its ruler. Do not squander your reign. Chapter 4. Priming the Mind for Victory. You have entered your kingdom of quiet. The stage is set. But a stage is useless without a performer. Your mind is that performer. The first part of your 5 a.m. ritual is not about doing. It is about becoming. It is about taking your mind, which is in a fresh, rested, and receptive state, and deliberately priming it for a day of peak performance, resilience, and success. The 99% allow their minds to be primed by random chance. They wake up, grab their phone, and their mental state for the day is immediately set by the first email they read, the first news headline they see, or the first social media post they scroll past. They are handing over the keys to their own consciousness to the chaos of the digital world. Their mindset is a product of accident. Your mindset will be a product of design. You will become an architect of your own mental state. The first step in this priming process is hydration. This may seem purely physical, but it has a profound mental impact. After 7-8 hours of sleep, your body and brain are dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can lead to brain fog, fatigue, and poor concentration. Before you do anything else before coffee, you must drink a large glass of water. This is a simple act, but it is a powerful signal. It is your first act of self-care for the day. You are telling your body and your mind that you are preparing them for optimal performance. The second step is to prime your mind for gratitude. The human brain has a natural negativity bias. It is wired to look for threats, problems, and things that are wrong. If left to its own devices, it will default to a state of anxiety and complaint. Gratitude is the conscious antidote to this default programming. You must take a few minutes to deliberately focus on what you have, not what you lack. The most effective way to do this is with a gratitude journal. You will write down 3 specific things that you are grateful for, not vague concepts like my family. Be specific. I am grateful for the way my partner smiled at me yesterday. I am grateful for the feeling of the warm sun on my face during my walk. I am grateful for the difficult lesson I learned from a mistake last week because it made me stronger. By forcing yourself to be specific, you are training your brain to actively scan your world for positives. This practice, done consistently, physically rewires the neural pathways in your brain, making optimism and appreciation your new default. You are starting your day from a baseline of abundance, not scarcity. The third step is to prime your mind with high-quality input. The 99% prime their minds with the mental junk food of social media and sensationalist news. You will prime your mind with wisdom. You will spend 15-20 minutes reading, and not just any reading. This is not the time for a light novel or for scrolling articles. This is the time to read something that challenges you, that inspires you, that teaches you something new. It could be a biography of a great leader, a book on philosophy, or a text on a skill you are trying to master. You are feeding your mind a nutritious breakfast. You are setting an intellectual tone for the day. You are reminding yourself that you are a learner, a grower, a person in pursuit of wisdom. The fourth and final step of the priming process is visualization. You must spend a few minutes closing your eyes and mentally rehearsing the day ahead. This is not just wishful thinking. This is what elite athletes do before a competition. You will visualize your day unfolding exactly as you want it to. See yourself successfully completing your most important task. See yourself handling a difficult conversation with calm and confidence. See yourself ending the day with a feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction. Feel the emotions of that success. By doing this, you are creating a mental blueprint for your day. You are priming your subconscious mind to look for opportunities and solutions that align with your desired outcome. You are creating a destination for your day, so you are not just wandering aimlessly. This four-step process, hydration, gratitude, input, and visualization, can be completed in as little as 30-45 minutes. But its impact is immeasurable. You are taking conscious, deliberate control of your own mental and emotional state. While the 99% are being buffeted by the random winds of the digital world, you have built a powerful, resilient, and positive internal frame before the sun has even risen. You have not just woken up your body, you have awakened your mind. You are not just ready for the day, you are primed for victory. Chapter 5: Forging the Body of a Warrior. You have primed your mind. It is clear, grateful, and focused. But your mind is housed in a physical vehicle, and that vehicle must be ready for the demands of the day. The 99% treat their bodies as an afterthought. They neglect them, fuel them with garbage, and then wonder why they feel tired, sluggish, and unmotivated. They do not understand the profound, unbreakable link between physical energy and mental performance. You will be different. The second part of your 5 a.m. ritual is dedicated to forging the body of a warrior. This is not about vanity. It is not about becoming a bodybuilder or a supermodel. It is about generating the raw physical energy and the mental resilience required to win in a competitive world. The warrior does not train for looks. The warrior trains for function. Your body is your power plant. The goal of your morning movement is to fire up that power plant, to shake off the inertia of sleep, and to flood your system with the energy and endorphins that will make you a formidable force for the rest of the day. A body in motion sets a mind in motion. The first thing you must understand is that this morning workout does not need to be a long, grueling 2-hour session. Consistency is infinitely more important than duration. A short, intense, 20–30 minute workout done every single day is far more effective than a heroic but sporadic 90-minute gym session once or twice a week. The goal here is to create a habit, a non-negotiable part of your morning that happens on autopilot. So what does this workout look like? It should be focused on intensity and efficiency. This is the time for high-intensity interval training HIIT, for compound movements that work multiple muscle groups at once, for anything that gets your heart rate up quickly and challenges your system. It could be a simple circuit of exercises, push-ups, squats, lunges, and planks. You can do this anywhere. There is no excuse. You don't need a gym. You don't need fancy equipment. You only need the floor you stand on and the will to execute. This short burst of intense physical stress does several magical things. First, it dramatically increases blood flow and oxygen to your brain, which has an immediate and noticeable effect on your mental clarity and focus. It is like pouring high-octane fuel directly into your cognitive engine. Second, it releases a powerful cocktail of endorphins and neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. This is nature's own antidepressant and motivator. You are literally changing your brain chemistry to create a state of positivity, confidence, and drive. The feeling of accomplishment after a tough, early morning workout is a powerful form of momentum that you will carry with you all day. Third, you are building your resilience muscle. By voluntarily choosing to do something physically hard, by embracing the discomfort of the burning in your lungs and the ache in your muscles, you are teaching yourself a profound lesson. You can handle hardship. You are increasing your tolerance for discomfort. This physical resilience translates directly into mental and emotional resilience. The person who has already conquered a set of at 5:30 a.m. is far less likely to be rattled by a difficult email at 10 a.m. You have already proven to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses. An optional but incredibly powerful addition to this physical forging is the practice of taking a cold shower. The idea of a cold shower is horrifying to the 99%, which is precisely why you should consider it. It is an embracing voluntary discomfort. Forcing yourself to stand under that cold water for just 60 seconds builds a level of mental toughness that is almost indescribable. The physiological benefits are numerous. Reduced inflammation, improved circulation, a massive boost to your immune system. But the psychological benefit is the real prize. It is a visceral, undeniable victory over the weakest part of yourself. It is a statement that you are in charge, not your fleeting desire for comfort. The 99% start their day by coddling their bodies in a warm, comfortable shower. You will start your day by forging your will in the icy fire of a cold one. You have primed your mind with gratitude and wisdom. You have now forged your body with sweat and discipline. By 6 a.m., you have accomplished more for your mental and physical well-being than most people will do all day. You are not just awake. You are alive. You are energized. You are a warrior, ready for the battlefield of the day. Chapter 6, Architect of the Day, the Power of Proactive Planning. You have primed your mind and forged your body. You are in a peak state of mental clarity and physical energy. Now, it is time to channel that power. It is time to move from preparation to strategy. The third and final phase of your 5 a.m. ritual is to become the architect of your day. This is where you take your clear, focused mind and build a blueprint for the next 16 hours. The 99% are victims of their day. They stumble into it without a plan. Their day is a chaotic series of reactions to whatever happens to come their way. The emails, the meetings, the urgent requests. They are a rudderless ship, tossed about by the waves of other people's priorities. Their day happens to them. You will be different. You will happen to your day. The power of proactive planning is that it allows you to define what a win looks like before the game has even started. You are no longer just trying to get through the day. You are designing a day of purpose and accomplishment. The first tool in your architectural kit is the practice of identifying your most important task, or MIT. Every single day, there are 100 things you could do, but there are only 1 or 2 things that you must do, the things that will create the most significant progress toward your most important long-term goals. These are your MITs. In the quiet of your morning, before the noise of the world can confuse you, you will look at your goals and you will ask yourself one simple, powerful question. What is the one thing I can do today that will make everything else easier or unnecessary? The answer to that question is your MIT. You will write it down on a piece of paper or a sticky note. This one task is your compass for the day. It is your true north. The second tool is time blocking. A to-do list is a wish list. A calendar is a commitment. You will take your MIT for the day, and you will schedule a specific, non-negotiable block of time on your calendar to work on it. This is your deep work block. You will treat this appointment with the same seriousness as an appointment with your most important client. You will not allow it to be moved or interrupted. By assigning your most important work a specific home on your calendar, you are dramatically increasing the probability that it will actually get done. The 99% have a long list of important tasks that float around all day, getting constantly pushed aside by urgent but unimportant distractions. You will have a fortress of time built around the one thing that truly matters. The third tool is the mental rehearsal, or pre. Once you have your plan, you take a few minutes to walk through it in your mind. But you don't just visualize success. You also visualize potential obstacles. What could go wrong today? What distractions are likely to arise? Who might try to derail your plan? By anticipating these challenges in advance, you can create a contingency plan. When my colleague comes to my desk to gossip, I will politely say that I am in the middle of a focused work block and will catch up with them at lunch. If I start to feel the pull of social media, I will close my laptop and take a 2-minute walk. This proactive problem solving is a high-level strategic skill. The 99% react to problems when they happen, usually with stress and frustration. You will have already solved most of your day's problems before they even occur. This act of planning is not about creating a rigid, inflexible schedule. It is about creating clarity and intention. It is about making your key decisions for the day when your mind is at its absolute best, not in the tired, decision-fatigued state of the afternoon. Your 5 a.m. plan is your strategic brief for the battle ahead. It tells you where to focus your forces, when to attack, and what terrain to avoid. By 6:30 a.m., you have a complete blueprint for a successful day. You have defined victory. You have scheduled your key maneuvers. You have anticipated the enemy's moves. Now all that is left is to execute. While the rest of the world is just starting to wake up and wonder what their day will hold, you already know. You have designed it. You are the architect, and the masterpiece you are building is a life of purpose, focus, and victory. Chapter 7: The Ripple Effect. How 5 a.m. wins the next 16 hours. The power of the 5 a.m. advantage does not end at 7 a.m. when your morning ritual is complete. That is just the epicenter. The earthquake of discipline, focus, and positive energy you create in those first 2 hours sends powerful shockwaves, a ripple effect that will shape and transform the remaining 16 hours of your day. The 99% believe that waking up early will just make them tired. They see it as an energy deficit. This is a complete misunderstanding of the physics of human performance. The energy you generate, the momentum you build, the mindset you forge in the morning does not subtract from your day, it multiplies it. The first ripple is a profound sense of calm and control. The 99% start their workday already behind, stressed, and overwhelmed. Their baseline emotional state is anxiety. Because you have already accomplished your most important personal tasks, your workout, your meditation, your planning, you enter your official workday with a sense of completion. You have already won. Everything that happens for the rest of the day is a bonus. This puts you in an incredibly powerful psychological position. You are not needy. You are not desperate. You are calm, centered, and in control. This calm confidence is palpable. Your colleagues will feel it. Your clients will feel it. You will handle the inevitable chaos and challenges of the workday not as a victim, but as a calm, unflappable leader. The second ripple is a dramatic increase in your productivity and effectiveness. Because you identified your most important task during your planning session, you know exactly what to focus on. When you start your workday, you don't waste the first hour settling in, checking emails, and reacting to the noise. You go straight to work on your highest value activity. By the time your colleagues are on their second cup of coffee and complaining about their overflowing inbox, you have already made significant progress on the one thing that will actually move the needle. You will find that you can often accomplish more in the first 90 minutes of your workday than most people accomplish all day. This is the power of clarity. You are a guided missile, locked onto your target, while everyone else is a piece of driftwood, floating aimlessly. The third ripple is a massive improvement in your decision-making. The human brain suffers from a very real phenomenon called decision fatigue. The more decisions you make throughout the day, the lower the quality of those decisions becomes. The 99% waste their best morning mental energy on trivial decisions. What to wear, what to eat for breakfast, which email to answer first. By the afternoon, their decision-making ability is shot, which is when they are most likely to make poor food choices, procrastinate on important work, and engage in arguments. You have front-loaded your day. You have used your peak mental state in the morning to make your most important strategic decisions. You have automated your morning routine, eliminating the need for trivial choices. This means you have preserved your precious willpower and cognitive resources for the high-stakes decisions that will arise later in the day. You are making your most important choices with your best brain. The fourth ripple is a transformation of your health and well-being. Because you got your workout done first thing, you are not trying to drag your tired body to the gym after a long day of work, a battle most people lose. Because you planned your meals, you are not making impulsive, unhealthy food choices out of hunger and fatigue. The consistency of your morning exercise and proactive nutrition, compounded over time, will lead to a physical transformation. You will have more energy, a stronger immune system, and a body that you are proud of. The fifth and final ripple is the creation of a positive upward spiral. Success breeds success. The victory of waking up leads to the victory of the workout, which leads to the victory of the planning session, which leads to the victory of a productive workday, which leads to a feeling of accomplishment in the evening. This makes you more motivated to go to bed at a reasonable time to do it all again. It is a self-reinforcing loop of excellence. The 99% are trapped in a downward spiral. They snooze, which leads to stress, which leads to a reactive day, which leads to poor choices in the evening, which leads to a restless night, which makes it even harder to wake up the next morning. They are in a cycle of mediocrity. You are in a cycle of victory. Do not underestimate this ripple effect. The 5 a.m. advantage is not about adding 2 hours to your day. It is about fundamentally changing the quality and trajectory of all your hours. It is the small hinge that swings the giant door of your life. Win the morning, and the rest of the day has no choice but to surrender. Chapter 8: The Night Owl Myth and Other Lies You Tell Yourself. At this point, you have heard the case for the 5 a.m. advantage. You understand the logic. You can see the power. And yet, a voice in the back of your head, the voice of resistance, the voice of your comfortable old self, is beginning to formulate its objections. It is preparing its list of very reasonable, very logical-sounding excuses for why this is a great idea, but not for you. Of all these excuses, there is one that is held up as the ultimate unassailable truth by those who wish to remain in the comfort of their bed. It is the night owl myth. "I can't do this," the voice says. "I'm just not a morning person. I'm a night owl. I do my best work late at night." Let us be very clear. This is, for the vast majority of people who use it, the most sophisticated and powerful lie they tell themselves. While it is true that there are small genetic variations in our chronotypes for most people, Being a night owl is not a biological prison sentence. It is a habit. It is a choice. It is a label you have adopted to justify a lifestyle of undisciplined evenings and unproductive mornings. You are not a night owl. You are an untrained morning person. Let's deconstruct this. Why do you do your best work at night? For most people, it's simply because the night is the first time all day that they have a block of uninterrupted quiet. The distractions of the day have finally subsided, so they mistake the quiet for a personal, biological peak. What they are really craving is the solitude and focus, not the late hour. The 5 a.m. window offers you the exact same, if not superior, level of quiet and solitude, but with one crucial difference. You are approaching it with a fresh, rested brain, not one that has already been battered by 16 hours of cognitive load. Another reason people believe they are night owls is due to their habits. If you spend your evenings bathed in the blue light of your phone, your laptop, and your television, you are artificially suppressing the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. If you consume caffeine and sugary snacks in the evening, you are artificially stimulating your system. You are then surprised when you can't fall asleep until 1 a.m. This is not biology. This is poor sleep hygiene. You have trained your body to be a night owl. And anything that has been trained can be retrained. The process of shifting your sleep schedule is not easy, but it is simple. It requires a disciplined, shut-down ritual in the evening. You must create a 1-hour, screen-free buffer before your desired bedtime. You must make your bedroom a dark, cool sanctuary for sleep. And you must gradually, in 15-minute increments, move your bedtime earlier. It may take a few weeks of feeling groggy as your body adjusts, but it will adjust. Your biology is incredibly adaptable. You just have to give it the right signals. Another lie you might tell yourself is, I need 8 hours of sleep. Waking up at 5 a.m. just isn't healthy for me. This is often a misunderstanding of sleep science. The quality of your sleep is far more important than the quantity. 6.5 hours of deep, uninterrupted, high-quality sleep is more restorative than 8 hours of fragmented, restless sleep. By implementing a disciplined evening routine and a consistent wake-up time, you will dramatically improve the quality of your sleep. You will spend more time in the crucial deep and REM sleep stages. You will find that you feel more rested on less sleep because the sleep you are getting is more efficient. A final lie is the lie of entitlement. I work hard. I deserve to sleep in. This is the voice of your weakest self, the self that prioritizes short-term comfort over long-term fulfillment. The truth is, you are not just your job. You are also the CEO of your own life. And the CEO of your life has a sacred duty to invest time in the most important enterprise of all, you. The 5 a.m. window is not another chore. It is the time you pay yourself first. It is the time you invest in your own health, your own growth, and your own dreams. You don't just deserve to sleep in. You deserve a life of victory, and that life is built in the quiet of the morning. You must be a ruthless interrogator of your own excuses. Every excuse, no matter how logical it sounds, is a chain that keeps you tethered to mediocrity. The night owl myth is the strongest of these chains, but it is not made of steel. It is made of smoke. It is a story. And you have the power to write a new one. Stop identifying with your bad habits. You are not a night owl. You are a winner who is currently on the wrong schedule. It's time to correct your course. Chapter 9. From Habit to Identity, Making 5 a.m. Who You Are. We have laid out the what, the why, and the how of the 5 a.m. advantage. You have the strategies. You have the blueprint. But there is a final, crucial bridge to cross. It is the bridge that separates people who try something from people who become something. It is the bridge from a temporary habit to a permanent identity. The 99% approach self-improvement like a hobby. They'll try waking up at 5 a.m. for a week. They'll get a burst of motivation, see some initial results, and then at the first sign of resistance, the first difficult morning, they will quit. They will say, I tried the 5 a.m. thing, but it wasn't for me. For them, it was just an action, a behavior they were testing. And like any behavior that isn't deeply rooted, it was easily abandoned. You are not building a habit. You are forging an identity. This is the key to making the 5 a.m. advantage a permanent part of your life. A habit is something you do. An identity is who you are. It is far easier to break a habit than it is to act in a way that is inconsistent with your core identity. Think about it. A person who is on a diet is in a constant, draining battle of willpower. Every cookie is a temptation, a negotiation. But a person who identifies as a healthy person doesn't have that same battle. When offered a cookie, they simply say, "No, thank you," because eating junk food is inconsistent with who they are. It is not a negotiation. It is a simple reflection of their identity. Your mission is to stop seeing yourself as a person who is trying to wake up at 5 a.m. and to start seeing yourself as a 5 a.m. person. This is who you are. This is what you do. It is non-negotiable. It is part of your personal code. So how do you make this identity shift? It is not accomplished through affirmations alone. You cannot simply look in the mirror and say, I am a 5 a.m. person. Your subconscious mind will not believe you if your actions do not align. Your identity is built on the accumulation of evidence. Every single time you get up at 5 a.m., you are casting a vote for your new identity. Each morning is a single ballot. One vote doesn't decide an election, but 100 votes in a row, a year of votes in a row. That creates a landslide. That makes the outcome undeniable. Your new identity is earned through the relentless consistency of your actions. The first 30 days are the most critical. This is the period of conscious effort. It will feel unnatural. Your old identity will fight back, screaming for the comfort of the familiar. You must be a warrior during this phase. You must consciously force the action, knowing that you are laying the foundation for your new self. You must be ruthless in your consistency. This is where the never miss twice rule is your lifeline. You might have a bad night's sleep and miss a morning. It happens. But you are not allowed to miss 2 mornings in a row. One miss is an accident. 2 misses is the beginning of a new habit. You must get back on track the very next day, no matter what. After 30-60 days of consistent action, something magical begins to happen. The conscious effort starts to fade. The habit begins to move into your subconscious. It starts to feel less like a chore and more like a rhythm. It will begin to feel strange to not wake up at 5 a.m. This is the sign that the identity shift is taking root. To solidify this identity, you must start talking about it both to yourself and to others. You must control your own narrative. When someone asks why you can't stay out late, you don't say, "I have to get up early." You say, "I'm a 5 a.m. person." You are stating a fact about who you are. This verbal declaration reinforces the identity in your own mind and communicates your new standard to the world. You must also surround yourself with things that reinforce this identity. Follow other successful 5 a.m. risers online. Read books and listen to podcasts that champion the principles of discipline and early rising. You are creating an echo chamber of excellence that drowns out the siren song of mediocrity. The ultimate sign that you have fully integrated this new identity is when you stop thinking about it altogether. It is no longer a thing you do. It is simply your normal. Waking up at 5 a.m. is as automatic and as unremarkable as brushing your teeth. It is the unshakable foundation upon which your days are built. This is the final frontier of the 5 a.m. advantage. It is when the struggle ceases and the system becomes you. You are no longer just using a tool. You have become the tool. You are a person of discipline. You are a person of consistency. You are a winner. And it all starts the moment your alarm goes off, in the quiet, in the dark, with a simple, powerful choice about who you are. Chapter 10: The Ultimate Advantage, a life by design, not by default. We have come to the end of our journey through the mechanics of the 5 a.m. advantage. We have dissected the strategies, the rituals, and the mindsets. But now, we must zoom out and look at the bigger picture. We must ask the ultimate question: what is this all for? The 5 a.m. advantage is not, at its core, about productivity. It is not just about getting more done. That is a byproduct. The ultimate advantage, the true prize at the end of this journey, is a single, priceless treasure, a life lived by design, not by default. The 99% live a life of default. They are the product of their environment, their conditioning, and their passive consumption of the world around them. Their choices are not their own. They are the path of least resistance. Their days are not designed, they just happen. They are a consequence of the world. A life by design is different. It is a life of intention. It is a life where you are the cause, not the effect. You are the architect, not the tenant. You are the artist, and your life is your masterpiece. The 5 a.m. ritual is the training ground for this life. It is the daily practice of being the architect. In those first 2 hours, you are in a world that you completely control. You are designing your mind. You are forging your body. You are creating your plan for the day. You are taking the raw, untamed potential of a new day, and you are giving it shape, purpose, and direction. This daily practice of intentional living cannot be contained within the morning. It will inevitably spill out and begin to influence every other aspect of your existence. The person who has the discipline to wake up at 5 a.m. every day will not tolerate a career that is unfulfilling. The person who takes the time to plan their day will not tolerate a life that is unplanned. The person who invests in their own mind and body every morning will not tolerate relationships that are draining or a lifestyle that is unhealthy. The 5 a.m. advantage is the gateway drug to a life of high standards. It raises your personal baseline. The discipline you cultivate becomes your new normal. The focus you experience becomes your new expectation. The sense of control you feel becomes your new addiction. You will start to look at every area of your life through the same lens of intention and design. Your finances, your relationships, your career path, your personal growth. You will no longer be willing to let these critical areas drift on the currents of chance. You will begin to apply the same principles of proactive planning and disciplined execution that you mastered in the morning. This is the ultimate advantage. You are no longer just a participant in your life. You are its conscious creator. Most people are playing checkers. They are making reactive moves, one at a time. The 5 a.m. advantage teaches you to play chess. You are thinking several moves ahead. You are positioning your pieces for a long-term victory. You are operating from a place of strategy, not just tactics. This leads to a profound sense of peace. The anxiety that plagues the 99% comes from a feeling of being out of control. They are constantly worried because they have no plan. They are constantly stressed because their life is a reaction to external forces. You, the designer of your life, will experience a different reality. You will still face challenges. You will still have setbacks. But you will face them from a position of strength with the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are in charge of your own ship. You have a plan. You have a routine. You have a foundation of discipline that is unshakable. The 5 a.m. advantage is about more than just success. It is about freedom. It is the freedom from the tyranny of your own weak impulses. It is the freedom from the chaotic demands of a reactive world. It is the freedom to choose your own path, to define your own victory, and to build a life that is a true and authentic expression of your highest potential. The sun has not yet risen, but in the quiet of your own home, you have already built a world of order, of purpose, of strength. You have won the first victory, and in doing so, you have claimed the ultimate prize, the power to design your own destiny. The rest of the world is about to wake up and stumble into the day they have been given. You are about to step out and execute the day you have designed. That is the 5 a.m. advantage. The closing. The darkness gives way to the first faint light of dawn. Your ritual is complete. Your mind is sharp, your body is energized, and your day is mapped out before you like a battlefield on which you have already planned the victory. You are calm. You are focused. You are ready. This is the new you. This is the reality you have chosen to build. The journey we have taken together through this audiobook was not about sleep schedules. It was about a philosophy. It was about the radical idea that you have the power to shape your own reality, and that this power is forged in the disciplined, quiet moments before the world awakes. You have been given the blueprint. You know the strategies to defeat the snooze dragon, to build your kingdom of quiet, and to prime your mind and body for victory. You understand that this is not a temporary habit, but a permanent shift in your identity. The 99% will continue to see the morning as something to be endured. They will continue to start their days in a deficit of time, energy, and control. They will continue to live a life of default. That is their choice, but you have chosen differently. You have chosen the path of the winner. You have chosen to believe that your dreams are not just worth dreaming, but are worth waking up for. The principles are simple. The execution is hard. And it is in that gap, in the space between knowing the path and walking the path, that your character is forged. The real work does not happen in listening to these words. It happens tomorrow morning in the dark when your alarm goes off. In that moment, you will be faced with a choice. You can choose the comfort of the old you, or you can choose the victory of the new you. Every sunrise is an invitation to be average, or an invitation to be exceptional. The world does not need another person who is well-rested but unfulfilled. It needs you, alive, energized, and in relentless pursuit of your full potential. The advantage is there for the taking. The quiet hours are waiting. Your future self is calling to you from across the battlefield of your own ambition. Do not let them down. Set your alarm. Win the morning. Win your life.